All
right.
Hey, good afternoon. It's 3 o'clock on Monday, April 29th. It's about 76 degrees. We've got a handful of damaged shingles here. State Farms came out and replaced, said, I think over $2,400 worth of damage. Got shingles on all elevations with wind crease. What we're going to do is get this shingle out here. As you can see, we've got some heavy creasing here. No creasing above. We're going to figure out where the butt end of that shingle is and try to lift this one out without causing more harm than good. I've got a Hague shingle gauge 3-tab fiberglass, just sliding it in right here. You can see we go to the other side. It's a 20-year shingle. They don't make 20-year shingles anymore. So likely off the rip, it's a discontinued shingle. But we're going to take these out. I've got a couple of tools here. I'm going to use a putty knife here just to break the seal above here and try to avoid any kind of mat transfer and just figure out where the butt end of the shingle is. So it's looking like this one's the middle. You can see just by pulling this up, there's some mat transfer. So what mat transfer is going to mean is basically as this shingle sits back down, you can see it right there. It's not going to seal back to here how it's supposed to. And this one's just going to be susceptible to flapping in the wind. So again, you got some mat transfer there, which is not going to seal up. You can see these are a little overdriven. So you got the butt end of the shingle here, right there. You got some mat transfer there, mat transfer there. So you've got this shingle, and this shingle, meaning I got to get this one out here, and you should see how easy that one popped up. So our full shingle here is going to be those three there. So what I'm going to do is take a pry bar here and going to feather underneath to get these nails out. Likely what's going to happen when I put my nail head through here is this shingle is going to hopefully not pull through. It's coming up right there. Put this one there, and that one's overdriven. Just like that, you can see it's going to come right over the top. So I almost need to go underneath here to get that one out. That one's driven all the way past. Now just from doing that, that's sealed down weird. Let me put a dollop of adhesive down there. So we're going to go up underneath that shingle. Let's see if we can get that out.
There we go.
So I can't obviously get to that.
Take this one out.
Some mat transfer there. Definitely bad mat transfer there.
Nice.
That's just pulling straight through the shingle there. So we've got all the, oh, we got one more right here. So we've got all the nail holes out here, 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 and there. And this shingle should pull out, but it's nailed above. So we're gonna have to break the nail line above there too. Mat transfer there. Mat transfer there, and mat transfer there. This one's obviously already just stuck because you can see all the mat transfer. You can see where this one's starting to crease.
Yeah.
See where that one's starting to crease, losing granules there. We haven't really even started hammering and nailing. That's starting to crease up top. And that just pulled straight through,
Yeah.
which is not what you want for the shingle. So that's starting to crease up top. That one just pulled straight through like that. Drop it back down. So we got our shingle out. It used to be green at one point.
Oh wow.
So just looking at this, you can see where you've got the shingle pulling through. You got your mat transfer here, 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 and here. A little bit down there at the bottom. It's supposed to be nailed on the glue line. As you flip across, you see that this is a certainteed shingle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, quarter, 1, 2, 3, 4. So likely an XT20, which is a discontinued shingle, which is why it's gauging that way. We can pull specs on that just to make sure. We're gonna slide it back in place. You can see under here you got 15-pound felt. Now, typically I'd use a new shingle to put back in this place, but this shingle is gauging as a 20-year, which again doesn't exist anymore. So I'm gonna put this one back, nail it back in place, and just see how these shingles around it hold up against that. Likely they're starting showing signs of failing. But I've got a speed square for reference here. This is no higher than 45 degrees, just as you're watching the hammer go in there. I've got a speed square here, putting that right there. And I have to nail above this glue line just to hold it in place, and I can't reuse the same nail holes. Now, you can see where the glue line is. Just to tap this in is gonna put it slightly higher than what that 45 is. And I can't just whack it on top. And just from doing that, you can see it's starting to crease across the top there. Do the same thing here. Got your nail hole here. So I'm gonna go just slightly to the right of that. Just from doing that, you're starting to get a crease across the top there. Put another nail hole here. Put that right in there like that. And I'm trying not to whack this shingle above it. If I pry it back, it's just gonna make this such worse shape than it already is. I'm starting to get a crease across the top there. Got your nail hole here, right to the right of that. Again, I gotta go above this glue line. Get my finger too. Crease across the top here. Now I gotta go even higher above that to the second row. So we're coming here, and again, you're seeing that these aren't, I mean, it's starting to crease there, but you got your nail hole here, going right to the right of that. Starting to crease across the top. Nail hole here, and that's on the glue line where it's not supposed to be. Go straight to the left of that. Starting to crease across the top there. Got your nail hole here. Starting to crease across the top there. Got the last one in here. Got your nail hole here. So I'm just gonna go a little to the left of that, or right of that. Now you got creasing across the top there. So before we just had one damaged shingle. Now you're starting to see a crease here. Definitely starting to see a crease there. Starting to get the lows here. Definitely starting to get it here. Even a little bit here when I lifted that one out. You can see this one's already got its crease. This one's already got its crease. This one's already got its crease. On top of that You can see you've got mat transfer there, mat transfer there, a lot of mat transfer there, a lot of mat transfer there, here, and here. And the other side of these shingles obviously aren't going to seal back down, so you get a big windstorm, it's going to rip these out. Mat transfer there, mat transfer there, here, 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 here. Pretty much everywhere above and below. Just to pry that one, to get that nail out, you got another strike here. So with one damaged shingle, you're obviously getting two, and it's just going to cascade up. And obviously we've got so much more here, but you're saying one shingle is going to equal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If we're going to count it out, I can put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1 equals 16, meaning for every one of these we have to replace, 16 damaged shingles are going to be in the wake of it. You take, just in this frame, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We look and pan across the front elevation here, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It just goes on and on and on. There's a lot of damaged shingles on this roof that aren't getting any better.
Land here.
There's one right there, yeah, that's a little soft. And now just to run across the top, I know we haven't ran hail on here as well, but you've got hail hits there. You got hail across here. This thing's been bought. There's been several storms that came through, but in my professional opinion, this should be fully replaced, not repaired. Thank you.